Hi, my name is Bobby Darin, and this is I've Got a Secret.
I've Got a Secret, brought to you tonight by Green Whip, a whipped topping with country fresh flavor. From General Foods. Live from New York, here is I've Got a Secret, starring Gary Moore.
Norman, there we have an arpeggio. Everybody join in. Again, please. Gotta make a wish and all that kind of jazz.
I can make a wish, too. If I put my ring on it, it means I get some wish, too.
You got your ring on my candle?
Yep.
All right. There you go. Whatever it is, you got it.
Yeah, I got it.
In advance of their birthdays, I would like to also congratulate Miss Betsy Palmer and Mr. Henry Morgan.
Oh, what? It's not my birthday.
Well, just early, that's all. And Miss Bess Meyerson and also George Washington. Happy birthday. Thank you. All right, panel, we'll eat the cake a little later. Right now, if you're ready to play the game, let's meet our first contestant. Will you come in, please? Now, will you tell our panel what your name is and where you're from?
My name is Dick Silver, and I'm from Coral Gables, Florida.
Mr. Silver from Coral Gables, Florida. Now, panel, Mr. Silver has a rather unusual secret, so we have asked him to bring along certain documents and correspondence with various international organizations, which you may examine after the program if you so desire, to authenticate his secret. Now, with that in mind, we'll ask Mr. Silver to whisper his secret to me so that we can show it at the same time to the people at home. Marvelous. Okay, panel, the clue concerns something Mr. Silver has. Henry Morgan looks rather intrigued, so I think we'll start the game with him.
Well, Mr. Silver, starting out with what Gary said about your having documents from all over the world, did you do a great deal of traveling to get what it is that you have?
Well, actually, I didn't.
You did it all by mail, these things you have?
I did a very small amount of traveling, but not quite a lot.
Mostly by mail.
All right. Were you, well, the thing you have, you started out to collect something.
No, not in the sense of collecting stamps or collecting autographs or something. He had to gather a certain amount of documents to make this thing possible. But it's not a collection, like a collection of shells or whatever.
Were the people to whom you wrote government people?
Yes, they were.
All right, we've lost $20. We have 60 to go. We go to Bess Myers.
Mr. Silver, were they government people in the sense that they might have been heads of state?
Yes, they were department heads.
Well, I mean royalty?
No, there weren't actually any royalty in this case. They were heads of state and some other heads of departments.
All right. Did it have something to do with a specific aspect of a government, like Air Force or the military, rather than business?
It did have something to do with a specific department.
But not what I said.
But not the military. $40 down, $40 to go. We go, please, to Bill Cullen.
Dick, were you trying to get, I use the word broadly now, in a sense, were you trying to get permission for something from all these people?
Yes, I was.
I'm not sure permission is quite the correct word, but we'll let it go. It fits, but rather vaguely.
Does it have anything to do with the main department, I guess, and everyone's, the revenue people?
No, it
Internal
doesn't.
revenue. Was it a department of the United States?
Yes, it was.
$60 down, $20 to go. We go, please, to Betsy Palmer.
Dick, was it the Postal Department?
No, it wasn't.
Think high, friends.
Think that, all right, the President.
No, it wasn't.
Hired.
How about the judiciary segment of our government?
Yes, that was one department that...
That was
we
one,
wrote
the
to.
House of Representatives and Senate?
No.
All right, let's get it off. When I met Mr. Silver, I thought that the age of exploration and discovery, where Christopher Columbus could plant a flag on some shore and claim a country for his queen, I thought that was all over. As I said, that was before I met Mr. Silver, because he has now come along and claimed for himself a brand new country of his very own. He owns his own country. I can see it. This is what Henry's wanted all his life, is his own country.
I thought, immediately I thought, gosh, here he's got what I've always wanted. He probably doesn't want me as part of it. Because if I had my own country, I wouldn't want him.
You want it all by yourself?
All by myself.
Well, Dick, before I ask you how one goes about claiming a brand new country, tell us where your country is located.
My country is located 12 miles off the coast of Florida. Actually, it's 12 miles off Miami.
Now, that is outside of the territorial limits of the United States, isn't that right?
Yes, it is.
So, therefore, it can be claimed. Now, how big is your country, sir?
My country is about 1.5 miles long, almost a mile wide.
Now, I think I should explain that physically Dick's country is a coral reef. It has a natural harbor where ships could come right up to the shoreline. Only trouble is that when the tide is high, a couple of times a year, his entire country is a foot underwater. Doesn't that bother you?
Well, it doesn't present that much of a problem. We intend to drain off the land, build it up with pilings, fill it in, and actually make a full-scale island out of it, build it up. It's a problem, but it isn't unsurmountable.
Well, how do you go about claiming a country of your own?
Well, there's a number of technicalities involved. First, we had to find out if it was actually owned by anybody. And in checking into it, my brother, who's an attorney in Miami, we found out that not only wasn't it owned by any nation or country or any private citizen, but that it was outside of the jurisdiction of the United States because it's in international waters. Therefore, we could actually claim it as our own, and in turn, we developed it into a sovereign nation.
And he has so informed the United Nations, the United States, and The Hague, the World Court. Now, as far as any of us...
I got a marvelous idea.
Yeah,
If I'm not too late. You can get a wonderful loan from us.
I was just going to say that now, thing for him to do. Now, let me ask the questions in this order. Suppose somebody else, another skin diver, came along and claimed this country for his own now that it's yours. What?
Well, we could take two steps. First of all, we could declare war against them.
Yeah?
Or else we could take it to the World Court or any other court of that
My
type.
advice to him was to get into a war with the United States and lose. And then he's all set. I want to tell you, this is really just a fascinating thing. I envy you more than I can tell you. Thanks so much, and good night.
you, Jerry.
And we'll be back with you again in just a moment, but first, let's watch this,
Golden brown waffles, splashed with Log Cabin, the syrup with real maple flavor. From real maple trees tapped each spring for Log Cabin. It takes 35 gallons of maple sap to get 1 gallon pure enough for Log Cabin. Then we add it to the finest of sugar syrups to get that naturally sweet maple flavor you love. Log Cabin. The syrup with real maple in it.
All right, may we welcome our next contestant, please? Will you come in? Gentlemen, I'll join you right there. For reasons which will become obvious a little later on in the show, this is Mr. X and Mr. Y, or Mr. Y and Mr. X, or call them whatever you want, except we can't tell you their right names. But, gentlemen, if you have something under here, this is your secret, isn't it?
It's part of it.
That's part of your secret. All right, let's find out what the whole of the secret is. if you will. All right? There's a second part to it. I don't know whether the second part was shown or not. I'm taking a chance of perhaps... All right. Come over to my desk. Let's play the game. Just grab a chair, gentlemen. Panel, a clue to this secret concerns something they did, and we'll start the game with Betsy Palmer, please.
I did. What? Is it moving?
Well, no, the case, the cover jiggle.
Ah. Mr. X, you on the right of Gary.
This is Mr. X over here.
Yes. Has this to do with scientific data of any sort?
No, not specifically.
Are you interested in timing of things? Either one of you?
No.
Timing is important in almost any endeavor.
Well, no, I really said that only because I noticed the watch that you were wearing, and it looked very, very complicated, and as though you had to find out just to the nth degree as far as timing things, but nothing. Is that alive underneath that sheet, or,
I don't think so.
is it mechanical, though?
No.
Is it, it isn't, Mr. Z,
It is not mechanical.
mechanical. Is it,
$20 down, $60 to go on Henry Morgan's, huh?
Mr. X, when you said you didn't think so, were you being, sort of facetious, or don't you know?
No, it's not alive.
You got a dead thing under there.
Yeah.
Was it ever alive?
No.
Is it Mr. Z, Mr. W?
I mixed it.
Is it something that you made?
No.
Found?
No.
Bought?
No.
What's open here? Is it a member of Congress?
No.
Is that what you meant when you asked if he had bought it?
I won't commit myself. That's yours, Gary. What do we say? Made, found, bought, sold.
Maybe they sold it.
No. Well,
$40 down, $40 to go, and Bess Myerson, it's your turn.
and it's not alive and it's not mechanical.
Did you receive it?
Yes, we received it.
Is it some sort of an award?
Yes.
Now, you both look very sunburned, and have you just come from across the Atlantic?
No.
No.
Oh, I thought possibly you may have had something to do with Innsbruck.
With
No.
Innsbruck and
The
the
Olympics
skiing, no.
in any way? You received this as an award for something
What
that
would
you
they have under
accomplished.
their one bronze medal?
Well, maybe there is space or something under here. Just an idea. They've fooled us before. Well,
$60 down, $20 to go, and Bill Cullen.
Is the thing under there the award you gentlemen received?
Yes.
You both received it
Yes.
between you. So was it for a two-man thing? Two-man?
No.
Wasn't
No.
it? Was it in sports at all?
Yes.
A sport in which awards are commonly won?
Yes.
Nothing unusual like tiddlywinks or something like that.
No.
A physical sport.
Yes.
Do colleges compete in this?
Yes.
However, it is not really a college endeavor. Most of the people who are involved in it are college graduates, however. Now, before I reintroduce you to these gentlemen, we're going to go center and remove the cover from the object that they brought with them. Gentlemen, will you join me? All right, gentlemen, you want to fly the cloth, and we'll see what we have under here. The Davis Cup. What? You are looking at the Davis Cup in person, and these gentlemen are Chuck McKinley and Dennis Ralston, the playing members of the United States tennis team. First of all, gentlemen, congratulations. We're all very proud of you and very grateful, to say. Chuck, how long has it been since we've had possession of the Davis Cup?
We haven't had it since 1958.
1958. Marvelous job. By the way, the Davis Cup Championship was started in 1900, and this is the original Davis Cup, which was presented that year. Now, Chuck, aside from the honor of winning, is there any other reward involved?
No, Gary, other than our names being engraved on it and all the members of the team, we do get a small replica of the cup. That's all, though.
Now, Dennis, we're very proud of you in view of our showing at the Winter Olympics, and Henry brought it up. He said we won a bronze medal. What is your feeling about that, our showing in the other Winter Olympics?
I were in the same situation that a lot of the athletes of the Winter Olympic team are in now. A couple of years back when we didn't do so well and we were defeated. And we know that all the athletes over there worked very hard and they trained. And although they did not win, they are doing their best. And I feel that regardless of how well they do as far as winning gold medals or not, there's a lot of work and effort put into it. And I think that the press releases that came out about how poorly we were doing, I feel that they were unjustly written, and I sympathize with our athletes over there.
I was just about to bring that up. About the press. I agree with you. All you can do is do your best. Henry Morgan has his hand up. Yes, Henry.
Well, no, before I become an international villain, I think I should be allowed to say that we should recognize, and I do, so I feel free in making jokes about it, that our amateurs are up against professionals. That behind the curtain, those people work all day long at their sport,
This is what they
sponsored by
do
the
for a living.
government, and ours are amateurs.
Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, we're very, very proud of you. Now, of course, they are amateurs, and so as to keep their amateurs standing, they can accept no prize money, and they both have very graciously said they would like to give it to their favorite charity. Congratulations, and thanks so much for doing so much for our country. Say, do you know why they tacked an extra day onto February this year? Maybe you think it's because it's leap year. Well, partly, but mainly it's because it extends cherry pie time one whole day. And you can make the most of that extra day, or any day that you have cherry pie, with Dream Whip dessert topping. It's the best tasting topping a cherry pie ever wore. Dream Whip is the one with the country fresh flavor. Now, you never guess how delicious, yet how very carefree this topping really is. It doesn't need refrigeration, you know. It never goes sour. It comes straight from the shelf to the pie with just a little mixing in between. And it beats up mountain high. It's cool and creamy, too, and those peaks of perfection will never wilt or separate. So you can prepare desserts in advance. And Dream Whip is so rich and so full of country fresh flavor, yet it has only 14 calories to a tablespoonful. So get the best out of a cherry pie or any pie with Dream Whip dessert topping, the one with country fresh flavor. Why don't you leap to it? It's great. Now, my friends, it is time for us to meet our special guest for tonight, a dynamic young singer and actor currently putting in long hours and hard work as the Heart Ambassador for the Heart Fund. Here is Bobby Darin. What do you hear from Mac tonight?
Oh, everything is fine. Cutting up like mad.
Well, Bobby Darin has brought along a secret for you, the guest tonight, that I think is particularly intriguing. But before we get around to that, we have a treat for all of the Bobby Darin fans in our audience. We have a record which Bobby recorded just last Thursday, wasn't it?
Right.
Just last Thursday. Now, he made it especially for this program, for which we're very grateful.
Thank you.
And we're going to play a little bit of it right now. It's the old favorite, All By Myself, and it is sung by Bobby Darin and Friend. Shim, will you roll the record, please?
All by myself in the morning.
Mostly every morning.
All by myself in the night. I sit alone.
All right, that's very good, the little bit that we heard. By the way, who is your friend singing with you on the record?
Well, I'd love to be able to tell you, Gary, but the company I record for asked me if I would not, they'd appreciate it.
For a little while. It's kind of,
Yeah,
kind
until
of
it comes
secret
out,
for her,
actually, yeah.
huh? Well, she has a very nice voice. At any rate, I assume you also have a secret for the panel. So if you'll whisper it to me, we'll show it at the same time to our audience at home, and here it is. Sure. Yeah? All right. Panel, a clue concerns something he did. We'll start the questioning with Bill Cullen, please.
Something you did, Bobby?
Something he did.
In your line, vocalizing, singing?
I'm sorry?
Was
my
it-
line, did you
Yes, singing thing.
Yes.
A song you sang, a song you recorded.
Yes?
Would it help us to find out the name of the song?
Yes.
Is it of recent vintage?
In the last year, yes.
All right, $20 down, 60 to go. We go to Betsy, please.
Is it who? Did you record it alone, Bobby?
No.
Did you do it with the same lady that we just heard?
Yes.
He did it with the same...
That wasn't a lady?
Know nothing about her private life. I assume she was.
Was it a female, that voice that we heard?
No.
All right, $40 down, and a very surprised-looking Henry Morgan is up.
Maybe.
Well, now, does this have anything to do with the recording that these kids did last week? Us, I mean. Is it any connection to that?
I don't really know about that.
No, well, we'll get into that later. After the show last week, we had our panel stay over and record a couple little songs of their own. That will become involved later on, but it is not involved in his secret.
I bet you're right.
I see.
You know?
Now,
Would you like a clue?
pardon?
Would you like a clue?
Yes, dear, I would.
I
I'd like
think
a
Bill
clue.
has it.
I don't think I'm right.
Well, if Bill has his, Bill's had his turn.
Well, thanks a lot, fellas. No, that's nice of you. And on my birthday, I'll remember you. Yeah.
We know.
Happy birthday. Yeah, sure.
$60. Can we go to Bess, please?
Yeah.
Now, everybody's whispering
Maybe.
at everybody
Well,
else, but
anyway.
Bess doesn't have a clue yet.
No, Bobby, you didn't sing alone
No.
on the record. And,
Now, wait a minute now. Henry,
Well-
now, wait a minute. We cannot allow, we've been
Yeah,
lying to you.
no, well, the panel of, they think that it's Bobby singing with himself. But
That's exactly right. Now, if we can open the curtains, we have a couple of engineers and some turntables set up center stage. We're going to play that record again, but we're only going to play the so-called girls' part. And that's the part that interests us because, believe it or not, the girls' voice is Bobby Darin's voice speeded up. How did you do that, Bobby?
Well, I've been practicing a long while. Well, no, actually what they do is through the electronic wonders, you know,
Yes.
they actually just turn the table a little faster, the turntable itself, and they account for pitch change and a whole change. Listen, I think you'll hear it here.
All right, let's hear the so-called girls' part first.
In the morning, all by myself.
I'm in a lot of trouble.
In the night,
Doesn't it sound like Peggy Lee?
I shall
Nice, Henry.
All right, fellas, let's slow it down now till we get to his regular speed.
playing solitaire.
Same voice, speed it up. How do you throw your...
I tell you, it's an awful lot of fun to try that. I'm sure a lot of people have tried it at home. If you don't mind, I took the liberty of having some other people put in the same situation, and maybe it'd be fun to take a guess at who we've got. Could you roll up the first individual?
For each other.
that's King Cole. No,
It's no one on the panel.
Frank Sinatra.
That's a girl.
I'm not telling.
That's a fella.
No, it's a
Oh, it's
fella.
got to be a fella.
Well, who is it?
Who is it? You want to know who it is?
Yeah.
Paul Anka.
Paul Anka. Let's slow it down.
Yeah, we got another one.
He's got lots of tricks up his sleeve. You wanna-
I have another one, actually, I brought that contains not the singing voice particularly in the beginning anyhow, but talking voice. See if you can guess this one. Fellas? Got it?
Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. This has all been so exciting. And I want to thank all of you for making this one of the most memorable engagements of my entire career.
Eddie Cantor?
I want to thank Russ Black and the boys for their wonderful music.
Jack Benny.
No.
Jack Benny,
No.
Eddie Cantor, the guesses?
I'd say it's a girl.
You'd say it's a girl?
I'd say it's a female.
Well, let's continue, keeping it slow, and then go right into the singing and see if that tells you anything.
And now, what else is there to say but there's no
Ethel Merman.
Ethel Merman is exactly right. All right, fellas, let's take that out. What have you got up
We
next?
got time for one or two more minutes?
Oh, yes, we got
Good.
time for a couple more.
Fellas, you want to throw on that next one? This one might really throw you.
Okay, here we go.
for a long, long time.
Listen to what the person's saying.
We've shared again and again. We like the same clothes and we like the same wine. And we have similar tastes in men.
All right, Henry started to put his hand up, then he said no, then Beth put her hand up.
Sounds like Eartha Kitt.
Wow.
Let's bring it up, let's bring her up to full speed.
Un chanson de chanson.
I would never got that.
C'est si bon de te dire des mots doux.
All right, we'll take that down, and then we
You
have...
know Connie Mathis done at 45 as Eartha Kitt?
No? Does
Really?
that work?
Try it.
All
Yes,
right.
it does
I'll be on
work.
next week with that one.
All
But you won't know what it is.
Okay.
Okay. I think we have one more, and this one I think... I shouldn't say anything, huh?
No, all right, just let the next one go.
All right. Let's just let the next one roll. It's good.
I'm in the mood for love.
It's got to be.
Yes, it is Bill Cullen, but now listen to it carefully. Listen to it carefully. Fellas, speed it up just a little touch. And see if it doesn't sound like Billy Eckstein.
Like Sally Epstein.
I'm in the mood for love.
Okay, that's it. Is that all the time? All we have time for, Chester? That's about all the time. Bobby, I cannot thank you enough for taking time out of your hectic schedule. Remember that Bobby is here with us tonight as an ambassador for the Heart Fund. He's doing that to bring the Heart Fund to your attention. We hope that it'll go to your heart and that you will give most generously. Bobby,
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
Now, we will be back with you again right after this important message.
I've got 5 free shorty rollers. I've got 6 new styling tricks. Hooray for me, I got 'em free with self-styling Adorn. Okay, spray. Adorn makes your hair stylable. For this trick, wind the shorty rollers standing up. But only these special shorty rollers will work. Result, an elegant updo that goes way up, and with Adorn, it will stay up. Here's another shorty roller trick. Spray with Adorn and make a page boy swing. Just give those bangs a fling and finish softly with Adorn. Adorn never dull. See it shine? Fine. Get regular Adorn or Red Label Adorn for extra hold. You get 5 free shorty rollers. You get 6 new styling tricks. See, they're free with Adorn. Adorn.
Bill, you have some farewell message, do you?
Well, I want to thank you, Gary, for the cake, and just I want to tell everyone that aside from the 2 ladies, I'm the youngest one on the panel.
And I guess we know who that is, don't we, Henry, old man?
I have no idea.
And so, friends, until next week at the same time, this will be Gary Moore speaking for all of us here. And I've got a secret. Be very kind to each other, will you? And goodbye out there.
Stay tuned for Danny Thomas and his gang later this evening on most of these CBS stations.